Hi, my name is Gothic Waifu, and welcome back, or hi, because I don't know if a lot of you guys are returning, considering I just started. But yeah, I've been selling feet for months now. I've been selling since April. And before I get any further into this video, I just want to let it be known, you are not going to get a buyer, no matter what type of content you do. You are not going to get a buyer in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wish I could tell you when you were gonna get a buyer, but I don't know myself. Okay, it's different for everybody, and it's gonna hit at a different time for everybody. Some people it hits right away, and they're the lucky ones. They're the lucky ones. But majority of us, we're not lucky. We don't make astronomical amounts of money. We put way too much work in and don't get any reward out of it. We really don't. Like, I promise to goodness I'm not the only one that's going to tell you this. There's a reason I chose to make a big long video about this that was dedicated to this topic, because nobody on YouTube is talking about this topic. And it's frustrating seeing what girls are saying and then knowing the reality of selling feet. It's just like, bro, that's a dream. You're trying to sell these girls a dream. It's not that way. So let me tell you, everything that technically you are going to be doing, trying to sell your feet, everything that you're going to have to do on a daily basis, everything that you are going to have to deal with, the issues and trials and tribulation of trying to get a buyer and trying to gain relevancy and trying to just get some type of traction so you can get some type of consistent income. And even when you get consistent income, I'm not going to say this could be your full time. I'm not going to say that you can depend on this. I'll never say that. If you're able to depend on this, you're very, 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 very lucky. But majority of the time, that's not always the case. So let's get into it. So let's talk about how much time and effort you're going to actually have to put into this, because it's ridiculous. I don't know how else to put it. It's ridiculous. So you're gonna have to be posting to Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, whatever social medias that or things that you can think of to post on. You're gonna be having to post on there at least 2 to 3 times a day, every single day. Every single day. And actually, that's considered not a lot. You actually want to build up to even more, and you want to be posting a lot. So back to what I was saying, the more that you post, the more traction, the more activity, the more of a following you're gonna get. But with all that being said, that's not necessarily saying that you are going to be getting a bunch of buyers. No one knows when you're going to get the buyers. I really need that to be emphasized, because you're just not going to get a buyer right away. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. There's no specific time. We don't know. Sorry, I have to keep emphasizing that. And not only are you going to have to be trying to keep up with your social medias and your content, and constantly making new content to advertise, to put on OnlyFans, to put on, you're just gonna have to be making a bunch of content so you don't have to keep playing catch up with yourself, and you're gonna have to be making content so you stay relevant. So there's that. And then you're also going to have to be keeping up with engagement groups. Now, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings on if you need engagement groups or not. Yes, you do, because your tweets will not get seen. I don't care how many retweet pages that you tag in your post. Not all the time are you going to get seen to an audience. And I know a lot of people can argue against that or want to argue against that, but the reality is I've seen the difference between not having an engagement group and having an engagement group. And having an engagement group, even if it's just one, is better than not having any. Engagement groups get a really bad rep for being like, everyone's so catty and da da da. And they're not all like that, okay? They're not all like that. There's an engagement group that I've been in since the very beginning, and we're still in this group together, and we're really good friends, and we actually want to plan a trip so we can all meet each other when this is over and safe and stuff. So not all engagement groups are bad. And to some degree, not to every degree, but I feel like to some degree they are necessary and they do help more than they hurt. So there is that. One of the main things that you're gonna have to deal with, other than advertising yourself, is dealing with all the time wasters. Yes, we call them time wasters, and scammers. You know, those sugar daddies. Yeah, scammers. You know, I want to pay $800 for your content. Scammer, time waster. Pretty much 98.8% of the time you get a message, it's gonna be from a time waster or a scammer or a sugar daddy. I'm starting to think they don't even exist anymore, honestly. I don't think they do. Or you're gonna run into those and be like, Goddess, I want you to own me. It's like, pay up then. Basically, yeah, there's just a bunch of time wasters and sugar daddies that just don't freaking care about your time or respecting that they don't. I don't understand. If you just don't want to buy something, don't freaking contact a seller, okay? Just freaking leave us alone. We're out here trying to make money, bro. We're not here trying to talk to you. We're not trying to sit here and waste time with you. It's dumb. It's dumb. But it's gonna be your life if you choose to do this, which I don't want to deter anybody from doing it. I just want to make it known that this is the bull crap that you're gonna have to put up with every single day. All day. Just saying. But also there's a lot of pressure, I think, when you join and you don't really know anything about anything. There's a lot of pressure to do what other girls are doing. And I don't believe that you have to do every single thing that everybody else does, because eventually that can lead down a path of not liking what you do. And it's already irritating enough. You don't need anything adding on to that. So like me personally, I don't offer any type of adult chatting or like you know, anything super, like, I don't offer dom services, not yet anyway. I'm trying to transition in that direction, but until I get my dom sona down, I'm not doing that. So there's that. And you just don't cave into it. If there's something that you feel uncomfortable with, don't let a buyer convince you, or a seller even convince you, that you should be doing something that you know you wouldn't feel right doing or you wouldn't feel comfortable doing. And I know to some of you that's going to sound like, well, then I'm not going to get the money. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's good to take that L, and you should be happy to take that L, because you know why? You're not going to regret what you just did. You're not going to regret it. Also, big thing, don't undersell yourself. I'm so tired. Get out of this $5 mentality. Stop it. If we all band together and make it so buyers have to pay more for our content because we deserve more for all the time and efforts and marketing and everything that we do, we need to stop with this $5 mentality. We need to stop, no matter what you do. PSA. Anyways, yeah, don't let anyone try and talk you into just because of money, just because of this, just because of that. You don't have to do anything that you're not comfortable with. And I need you to make sure that you have the mental capacity to just understand that this is hard, and it's not going to get easier. Hopefully it does. I can't say never, but yeah, it's difficult. It's just difficult. It's way more than what anybody expects, and I don't feel like I can really emphasize how difficult it is, but I certainly did emphasize it a lot more than majority of the people on YouTube, and that was my goal, for you to understand that this is not quick, easy, fast, nothing. It's not sustainable, it's not reliable, it's not anything. It's a lot of the times you're working and you're putting yourself out there, and eventually you start to feel like, for what? You're working to eventually, hopefully, this pays off, and even that is not guaranteed, but it's worth a shot. I don't want to discourage anybody from selling. If you genuinely do want to sell your feet, do it, but just don't go into it with these rose-colored glasses that people keep trying to put on you. It's not sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows and money falling from the sky. It's just not. So that's all I have to say. Please come back to my channel, subscribe, like, comment, give me feedback, hit me up on Twitter. I'm always there, I always respond.